Hey guys, welcome back to here to the video. Today taking a look at Inhuman Resources, a literary machination. This game, the developers reached out to me and they described it as a Severance-like RPG. So if you're familiar with the show Severance, kind of blowing up lately, Season 2, it's become like even more popular than it ever was. The little Apple TV show called Severance. The Steam page describes it as a literary machination about corporations, conspiracies, and unspeakable horrors you'll commit for a minimum wage. And it comes out in 2 weeks. We're checking it out right now. Alright, here we are in the menu. So it's, yeah, like an RPG story kind of chiller type vibe we're going to be doing today. Terry YouTube, they call me. There are 3 deaths. The first is when the body ceases to function. The second is when the body is consigned to the grave. The third is that moment sometime in the future when your name is spoken for the last time. Sort of a riff on a... What's the quote where it's like you die twice, once when you actually die and once when the last person remembers you or something like that. Same vibe. The phone call. Alright. You try your best to ignore the pain, but the mere fact you've acknowledged the awful sound means it's already won. We're in like a narrative adventure today. You guys get ready for like a podcast type episode where I just speak to you the whole time. Your phone's alarm is simply much too loud to ignore. Defeated, your eyelids peel apart like sheets of rotting Velcro, blinking back a bad night's bleary haze. You lie in bed awake against your consent. The room is almost pitch black, save for the intermittent flashing of your phone's screaming screen. A rancid, if routine stench of unwashed bed sheets bids you a bittersweet good morning. Sort of my average morning routine so far, nothing new. You're home for better or worse, mostly the latter these days. Just once you wish you'd wake up somewhere else instead. Just once you wish time would ask permission before racing ahead, but your phone doesn't care about what you want. Alright, phone's still ringing. I'm picking up the phone. I'm attempting to pick up the phone. Oh, I have to hold it down. Okay, I picked up the phone. So there's gonna be like choices. I believe there's multiple endings and narrative paths and stuff like that. Choices you can do, but right now we pick up the phone. To you it's cozy from here like an old, if outdated friend. We're using an old phone, an old BlackBerry type phone. Alright, old cell phone. A Razer Motorola, baby. I'm trying to turn the alarm off. It's my ringtone. I'm getting a phone from my aunt. My aunt/landlady. She's exhausting. Alright, so I can accept the call or not accept the call from my landlady aunt. I'm not accepting the call. I run my thumb over the decline button, and yet I accidentally pressed the wrong key. Oh, of course. So I didn't actually have a choice there. Love that so far. Not a fan of that. Sorry for calling you out of the blue like this. Hope I'm not interrupting lunch, says my aunt. What about lunch? I look at the It's 1:30 p.m. This is actually early for me to get up at 1:30 p.m., believe it or not. You wince and make up a half-baked lie, pretending to talk with your mouth full. My aunt does not buy it. She says, I'm sure you're very busy, so I'll get straight to the point. Do you have any idea when you'll be able to send me last month's rent? It's already the 31st. 1 missed payment is bad enough, but 2, I'm 2 months behind on rent. To my aunt. She do. Do you have some kind of estimate? I would really need an answer today. Let's see. Beg for more time to pay rent, or lie and say everything is under control. We'll beg for more time. Why not? The 100,000 millionth time, I swear that I'll send my aunt the money once I get a paycheck. Alright. She sighs. Not to keep enabling this do-nothing behavior of yours. Oh, brother. You can't expect me to believe you've been pulling yourself up by the bootstraps and giving this job hunt all you've got when you've been living in a pigsty for the past year. She's roasting me. Alright, let's see. On the floor of your desk in the kitchen and even in your fridge. Alright. My apartment is a mess. She says, what do I have to say for myself? It's not my fault that the companies won't hire me. Or I admit that I'm scum, feel sorry for myself, or I continue to feel sorry for myself. These are pretty much just all different ways to feel sorry for yourself. We'll just go with the first one though. It's kind of the least pathetic one. Alright. I'm a college dropout. This is very accurate so far. Maybe they emailed me specifically for this game. You've acquired college dropout. Hell yeah. This is like a deck builder as well. Alright. Choices matter. The big ones and the small ones. Alright, thank you, Aunt. It's making me feel bad. She might have an opportunity for me, a job opportunity. This problem employee at our company, he works at one of the local branches right next to where you live. He has a terrible attitude and is even more terrible, well, with whatever it is you think we do over there. Oh, this is where the Severance-like stuff comes in. Alright, we'll be laying off him as soon as a fitting replacement is found. Alright, I'm gonna be the one. Should I schedule something for you? Set up an interview pronto. Alright, thank goodness, she says. Good, alright. Well, if she needs me to pay rent so bad, why don't she get me a job at the company sooner? Good lord. Good luck, I hope you'll forgive me for this someday. Oh, very ominous. Alright. I'm going to get my interview at this devil company that my aunt works at or for. The waiting room. This whole game... sheets of paper? Is that what I'm locked in for here? Traveling my way past crowded commuters, I step onto an empty sidewalk. You briefly wonder if getting off here was a mistake. You review your aunt's documents. By the time you finish, you're forced to concede this must be the right address. Nestled between two gleaming skyscrapers is a much smaller, stranger building. There's an unnerving facade, decorative windows, massive front gates, and the bronze door knocker. This is like a audiobook for you guys. The local branch of, oh my god, Smyrna Corp is only 4 stories tall, yet feels impossibly imposing. Smyrna Corp, I believe. Smyrna Corp. Alright. Let's see. I'm reaching for the knocker and banging on the door. It booms against the iron gates. Oh my god. Alright. Doors are open. We go inside. 5-star hotel reception area. Massive room with high ceilings. Its windows let no sunshine through and no light bulbs fill it with their glare. There are just low-hanging chandeliers, green-glassed banker lamps, upholstered sofas and coffee tables. You appreciate the old and analog, but Smyrna Corp's apparent fondness is downright ridiculous. Hopefully the receptionist won't feel the same way about your subpar outfit. Pretend to be confident, or adjust my crappy clothes and approach meekly. Obviously, you pretend to be confident. Beautiful. Alright, there's wall-to-wall carping. Smells bad. Disturbing shapes that assail you from all sides, emerging from the shadows like pretentious interpretations of 21st century demons. A bunch of sculptures on my left, my right, and up ahead. What happened to good old-fashioned gargoyles? Alright. Memory perpetuity change. Memories perpetually mutate. Surprised that freshman year Latin class actually turned out useful. There's a bunch of Latin on the wall, you know. That's how you can tell that it's like up to no good because of the Latin, of course. I wave hello to the receptionist. She doesn't flinch. Her gaze remains glazed over. Focus on her work. She's younger than I thought, maybe 30. She's pale, sleep deprived, and her hair is in a bun and her fingers devoid of polish. She's on a typewriter, typing away. There's also a small desk bell glimmering on the counter. Maybe I should ring it or say hi. I will just say hi and not ring the thing. She snaps forward as though hit by an electric shock. Oh, she's terrifying looking. Welcome to Smyrna Corp. Do you have an appointment? The words barely seep through the woman's teeth. Her grin is so tight it hurts to watch, and there's no trace of frustration. She's the dictionary definition of too friendly. Made uncomfortably manifest. Alright, so she's unsettlingly nice. We've been expecting you. Okay. Could this be... So there's another young man with a bitter look etched into his face sitting on nearby couches. Is it another applicant or an irritated customer? It's probably another applicant for the job. Alright, so now I gotta compete. Alright, so this is Melusine. I have no idea. I'll call you as soon as Mr. Burgard becomes available. In the meantime, please let me know if you have any questions. Alright, I'm sitting on the couch. It's 3:42. My appointment's at 4. I'm here nice and early. While I'm waiting, I can read through the pamphlets to find out more about the company. I could ask her about the company. I could talk to the other guy on the couch, or I could read the magazine. I will learn about the company. Alright. Here we go. Welcome to Smyrna Corp. Oh, beautiful. Founded in the year redacted, it began as a non-profit humane society, quickly evolving into a multinational conglomerate with over redacted employees. Today, Smyrna Corp is everywhere. We work for your local governments, your most prestigious universities, the telecommunication services. Everything we do to protect our most precious resources, people like you. It's dedicated to providing custom human resource and recruitment solutions for businesses of all sizes. Using our revolutionary evaluation process, we assign the person who's right for you at the right time in the right place, guaranteed every time. What are you waiting for? Human resource and recruitment solutions for businesses of all sizes. Okay, interesting. Bunch of buzzwords. Alright, 3:51. We still have time to do one more thing. Let's try and talk to the other guy on the couch. We're gonna try and break the ice. He scowls at me. The hell do you want? Can't you tell I'm not in the mood? Alright. I go, nope. He doesn't look all that angry, let alone angry at you. In fact, he mostly looks fretful. The same not quite 30s face, dark and baggy, tired eyes as the lady at the front desk. His name tag reads Emiliano. He isn't a company client or a candidate of the same job. He's already an employee. Look, pal, all you're staring is going to give me a fit. Either speak up or back off. Alright. I will ask if something's wrong. Are you brain damage? I'm getting laid off for the worst job I've ever had. Why would I want to get cheered up about it? Oh, this is the guy I'm replacing. He's got an exit interview. I see. I'm replacing this guy's job. He's the problematic employee. Alright. If they just wanted to tell me no hard feelings or ask how management could have done better, I wouldn't have a problem, but these bastards don't work that way. Every person I've ever seen get called into one of these meetings comes out looking like a walking corpse, and I don't blame them one bit. The typewriting noise is driving me nuts in the background. Holy. Alright. Should I tell him that I'm here to take his job or not? Sure. You're not messing with me, are you really here to work at Smyrna Corp? I nod. Listen to me, it's too late for you now. The moment you walk through that door, your chance to escape disappeared. But what you can do is lessen any damage those bastards will make you inflict. The guy who's going to interview you, Burgard, if your application satisfies him, he'll ask you to go through an evaluation, a questionnaire that's meant to give you a taste of the work we really do around here. I can't tell you more without getting up to my neck and shit, but no matter what happens, you've got to do everything in your power to fail the test. I've got to try and fail the test. This might be a paycheck for you, but to me, it could mean life or literal death. You've got to fail that test. Alright. Very spooky. I'll just tell him that I will fail on purpose. He's mad. He doesn't believe me. You think I'm fucking stupid? You think I can't tell when someone's lying? You have no idea what consequences this could have for me. Your littlest screw up could cost me my life. Do what I say and fail. You can't let them change me. You can't. You can't let them change me, he says. Alright. Oh, Mr. Aguilar, that's enough. Alright. Time to do my interview with the big boss. Come along now. Alright. I'm going in the elevator.
Dune Jacoda. Dune Jacoda.
He's begging to not be replaced. It's too late. You've had more second chances than I can count, and displaying such undignified desperation in front of a candidate set to take over your position is not an endearing choice. There's nothing more I can or want to do for you beyond offering the standard company-issued severance package. Ripbozo. Alright, let's get to this test. and then we'll probably wrap it up. Chapter complete. Proceed to the interview. Holy shit, The Interview. A classic film. Classic James Franco, Seth Rogen film. Would you do me the honor of entering our meeting room's access password? If you're going to be working here, you may as well learn how to travel across the office. Just type in that, if you please, and no need to be too brisk about it. Precision matters more than speed. Oh my god. Okay, squiggly T. We do. Where's squiggly? Squiggly T. Fucking shepherd. Line. Beautiful. I got the elevator password. So, do you like jazz? Absolutely, I love jazz. Hey, do you like jazz? Alright, he's gonna put on some jazz. Now we're talking. Let's call the whole thing off. Oh, classic. They're not even gonna play the song. Wow. Time to begin our little interview. I will begin by asking you a series of questions. Some will appear rather peculiar, others rather innocuous. They may be difficult to answer as you've not been made fully aware of your position or of Smynocorp's company goals. However, I still request that you provide honest and instinctive responses regardless of context. They'll give us a better idea of the role you'll be assigned during your time among us. The game Among Us. Alright. Only way I'll get hired is by acing the interview. I'm supposed to fail the interview, you fool. Alright, firm nod. I'm gonna... Should I actually do it right, or should I fail? Question 1. A runaway locomotive is barreling down a set of railroad tracks. Oh, it's gonna be the trolley problem? Is that what we're saying? Yes, sir. In its path lay 5 people, tied down, unable to move. If nothing is done, it will crush them. And near a lever, it'll divert onto a separate track. It'll crash into a different person who's also tied down. How do you ensure all 6 people escape this tragedy alive? This is not the normal trolley problem. Let's see. Untie everyone before the train arrives. Sure. I untie everyone before the train arrives. I cheat at the trolley problem. I had no intention of mocking your gusto. I simply admire your commitment to doing what must be done, even at great personal cost. Alright, working here inevitably means working with the lives of other human beings, the most precious resource on our planet. I got physical faculty +2. My profile. Okay. Very good. Alright, +2. I do not want to hear any of the cowardly, I'm too much of a perfectionist, or I'm a huge workaholic. Alright, he's gonna ask, like, what's my biggest flaw? Alright, what's my biggest flaw? I browse social media during work hours, but it keeps me updated on current events. So true. I spend too much time chatting with other coworkers, or I often try solving problems with brawn, not brains. I'm always on my phone. We'll go with that one. Too often do our underperforming employees fail to consider the context in which our clients are placed. Alright, let's see what that does. Technological literacy +2, of course. We're like building our base stats right now with this quiz, it would seem. Alright, explain the... How do I phrase this delicately? At the risk of sounding insensitive, I'd appreciate some insight regarding your academic background. How do you believe a workplace of our nature could benefit from hiring someone with such a dubiously incompatible education? Nice, you roasted the fuck out of me. Alright. I can say I studied computer science, I studied ultimate frisbee, yep, or I studied child psychology. I studied computer science. I'm skilled with tech. Alright. He likes my answer. It's very refreshing to meet someone in this day and age with such thorough appreciation for the inventions that paved the way for modern progress. He likes that I still use an old BlackBerry, Razor, Motorola, fucking flip phone. Too often do our competitors only look towards the new cutting edge and improvable, but our company is endured by sticking to what works. Alright. I got 2 more: technological literacy and some kind of... Oh, I've acquired computer science specialization. And that's the end of my interview. Huge. So I'm assuming this is like going to be, I don't know, like my class or something. And then these were all like my stats. I don't know. Interesting. like what position I'll be placed in. You actually want to hire me? I'm dead serious, friend. You exceeded my expectations. Holy shit. I'm a tech-savvy individual. You're on point. That's exactly the kind of person I am. Alright. He's going to nudge administration and start producing my contract. I'm not able to find out about my workplace tasks or starting salary until all the hoopla has been sorted. Alright, he's going to give me a generous starting offer, though. Allow me to informally welcome you as the newest member of Smyrna Corp. I look forward to reviewing your performance. Holy shit, I got a job. I'm shaking his hand. I've got a job. Instincts urge you to pull away, but the behemoth's pounce comes too quickly. Before I can react, my entire hand is engulfed within a fist the size of a ripe cantaloupe. Almost instantly, something begins feeling terribly, terribly wrong. Despite Mr. Burgard's pure white smile, it feels as though your new boss is trying to leave you crippled from the wrist down. He's crushing my hand. Knuckles crunch, folding in on each other. Metacarpals squeak and whine. Articular cartilage between them both crumble into collagen sand. But all the pain is nothing next to the sharp, stabbing agony suddenly shooting through my palm. Bro's like breaking my hand. Can you not break my hand? He won't let go. You beg him to let go. He fights to pry your fingers free. His grip is iron. He continues to squeeze harder. This game's too spooky. Deep enough for you to wonder if it could somehow kill you. I'm screaming in pain. Then he lets me go and says, "Oops. That was a tad too firm. I beg my pardon, friend. I tend to forget my own strength sometimes." And then he turns back to normal. That was his, trapped soul trying to get out or whatever they're going to build up to later. If there's no wound, is this someone else's blood? Investigate that swelling, no matter how paranoid it may be. I got blood from my hand. Now that the pleasantries are finally done with, I suggest we proceed to the evaluation portion of our exchange. There's more of this? Holy. I've already agreed to hire you. It's not like I'll be terminating your employment for your first probationary milestone. Your goal is to present solutions to each particular problem as you deem appropriate. There are no wrong answers, but I will tally your response to determine how much supervision you'll require during onboarding. Alright. Shall we get started? Alright. I agree to begin. We will wrap this video up soon. Hopefully this is a nice bedtime story for you guys or something. Good lord. Just full on novel narrative adventure here. My new boss's bratwurst thick fingers push one of the machine sliders to its limit. The room's hum increases. Let's say hypothetically that you're supervising a group of employees from a different company. They hired you to isolate the source of their decreased productivity, then remedy the issue, and it does not take long for you to identify the problem. One of their staff members is extremely troublesome. Oh, this is hypothetical, of course. Very hypothetical. Hypothetical individual has an undeniably inadequate productivity level. They never meet the bare minimum. They lack punctuality. They're disrespectful. They misconduct. He's been given multiple warnings. We're contemplating firing him and are concerned that becoming understaffed during this critical moment in the fiscal quarter. What do you think should be done to reestablish his baseline productivity? Oh, so I could have picked this fourth one if I did my child psychology thing, but I did technological literacy, so I'm allowed to install software on their computer that limits access to non-work websites, or I can say they should be laid off. Firing someone would make you sick. Give them one more chance. They should be laid off, because I need a job. Terminating his contract is not a viable scenario. We value our staffers too dearly to sever ties over a few incompetence-related incidents. Rather, the optimal solution is orienteering, since correcting employee behavior is the better long-term investment. Someone's screaming now in the distance. Very good. This is a nice office. Someone's just screaming. Alright, and now they're not screaming anymore. Lovely. Alright, pretend nothing happened. No big deal. Alright, he's doing another question. Still hypothetically speaking, our problem employee has a more specific shortcoming. He's unwilling to cooperate with one of his coworkers. Alright. Knowing we cannot relocate the problem employee to a new department or displace their high-performing partner, how do we ensure they collaborate with the latter? Alright, we're missing social aptitude and ultimate frisbee specialization. So we can either say high performance doesn't prove innocence, maybe the bad employee is being sabotaged, or success should be rewarded, failure punished. Fire the problem employee. Well, he already said he can't fire him, so I guess we have to do this one. Alright. He's roasting me again. Not what he wants. Oh, and now there's thudding. Bunch of thudding. There's a blood-stained palm slapping against the glass of a two-way mirror. Very nice. Great interview. Love that. Alright. I really need to put more pressure on that janitor. The soundproofing here has been unacceptable as of late. We're just in like a torture dungeon non-stop. No, nothing's wrong. It's all good. Wonderful. Alright. Let's say this hypothetical person is assigned to contain a major data breach. Sensitive nature of this task requires them to exterminate or indefinitely debilitate any individuals who've witnessed this leaked information so they become incapable of further dissemination. In this case, the information has only been accessed by two people, the employee's spouse and their prepubescent offspring. Alright. How do you ensure these targets perish as intended and this data breach remains contained regardless of this problematic employee's hesitation? Okay, how do we want to kill his wife and child, young child? And of course he remains employed. So, let's see. If it's really a matter of life and death, you would kill them yourself. Okay, okay. No one should kill their family to bury the company's secrets. Beg your employee to kill his own family. These are some good options so far. Very nice. Or I can review security protocols to prevent these leaks from reoccurring. So that's my like computer one. I'm gonna say probably you should kill them yourself. That feels like the best way to get after it. Alright, he approves of that one. I can assure you it's unlikely for such measures to become necessary. It's all hypothetical, of course. Alright, the good news is my score is acceptable. Not impressive, but acceptable. I got like one question right out of the whole thing. Alright, we're done. We're out of here. Let's see. I'm taking the phone. Two-way glass at the back turns transparent, revealing another room filled with aesthetic contradictions. My first urge is to scream. I want to look away, but you can't even blink. There's too much to take in. There's a patient, surgeon, tools, television hanging from the ceiling, and a woman taking notes. Two of the people in that room you recognize. Look closely at the screaming patient. Is it me or is it the other guy who I replaced? Oh, it's the guy I replaced. Alright, he's screaming and crying. Please tell them I'll change. Tell them I'll do better. Don't let them replace me. I have a family. Alright. His eyes roll back in his sockets. The surgeon cuts something inside his head. Blood and brain matter splatter the curtain. Sounds of squelching meat and bone carry over the receiver. Alright. There's another patient, calmer, that doesn't just look like Emiliano. He sounds like him. Exactly like him. Alright, there's a clone of him that is more chill. I don't know which one is the real Emiliano.
𝐈𝐧𝐻𝐿.
Alright, they're like duplicating him somehow. He's trying to duplicate his voice, the clone Emiliano. They're saying it's pretty good. Alright, and they're lobotomizing the original Emiliano guy. Just wanted our new hire to get a better idea of the daily grind. Yep. Lobotomizing the bad employee to clone him into a better employee. Very good. What do you think? I can try and run and escape. Or I can tell them to explain what they're doing. I feel like running and escaping is probably like a bad idea. But I also feel like it's been half an hour. Holy Christ. So we're going to have to call it there on Inhuman Resources, a literary machination. A lot of large vocabulary words for me today. Did not know this was going to be like a full-on like novel type of game, interactive, like fiction, choices matter type game. But if you're interested, like I said, it comes out right away here on April 16th. Thank you so much to the developers for the early access to show off the game. That's kind of the first half hour. Like I said, it would probably take you longer than that if you were actually like reading everything and getting into it. But if you enjoy sort of a like choose your own adventure narrative game like this, where you get to have choices and affect how the story goes, and it seems like there's a lot of different routes that things can take. It's very Severance like, as they told me in the email. It's got a whole sort of mystery, dark kind of horror thing going on with the company, which is always a cool vibe. I didn't not enjoy it. Like, I didn't think it was bad or anything like that. It's not my usual genre of choice, but it seems pretty like decent quality and well made. It's cool that there's the different speech options depending on your previous answers and stuff like that. It seems pretty well done in that way, and we're not even at the actual like what you do at the company part of the game and like how the rest of the plot develops. Who can say? I'm not sure on a price tag or a length of the game or anything like that, but like I said, it comes out April 16th. You can wishlist it on Steam if you'd like. Video's not sponsored or paid for in any way. They just gave me a copy to show you guys. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say. It's not really a kind of game that I would usually play, but hopefully someone out there watching enjoyed it and is interested in it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment what you thought of the video down below, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. This is a good like fall asleep background noise type of video. 30 minutes. Out here reading a dang tale, spinning a yarn, as they say.